with that note, we're going to present the next batch of Prac 3 grads. Their stories have shaped them, and they are going to come up here and claim and really declare what they are standing for in their life and how they have been shaped and how they are now going to be different in the middle of their family, probably being the same.
And our first graduate in this second batch is Corey Ander. And she's been described as expressive, committed, and creative. Come on up, Corey.
So the last 3 years have been a challenging and most rewarding pilgrimage. It's of family and exploration and self-transformation. I've had an opportunity to look back upon my family system with loving guidance and curiosity, which has helped me to understand where I've come from. I don't have a lot of information about my grandparents, as my parents are only children, and my father has since passed. Oh, my heart. Our family system has been fragmented along the way and is pretty shut down emotionally. I do know that my ancestors arrived in Canada from the UK looking for a better life for their families. My parents, they met at a bowling alley in Vancouver in 1957. 2 years after courting, they marry, and in just over a year, I was the firstborn. The emotional climate I was born into was a mixture of joy and anxiety. The joy came from the expectation of their first child, and the angst was spawned from my father's parents, never welcoming my mother into their family. Sadly, both my mother and her mother were rejected by their husbands' families. Olive, my father's mother and the matriarch, she was kind of nasty. Didn't think my mother was good enough for my father because she was adopted. I remember hearing that Olive called my mother the bastard child, and we heard it a lot as well when we went to visit. Consequently, my father was the one caught in the middle of two very strong-minded women. There are a myriad of celebration slights facilitated by Olive, with her husband Harry silently by her side. I was born in New Westminster, where I enjoyed a glorious 22 months basking in the limelight as an only child, until my sister Trudy was born, with my brother Jay a close 21 months after her. We were a busy family with many after-school activities. My spare time felt highly orchestrated by my mother up until the age of 13. We didn't seem to want for anything. Our backyard usually had swings, monkey bars, toys, trampoline, and a small pool in the summertime. We took memorable holidays with a large group of friends every summer to Okanagan Falls. There I frolicked in the water, caught bullheads with wieners off the dock, played hours of rummy, nestled up in our tent trailer, enjoyed group barbecues, and had several chances to water ski. My mom is a very strong woman. Sometimes I don't know how she keeps going. She's a strong woman who made most of the family decisions, and it was made clear by her that kids were to be seen and not heard, and that seemed to be the social culture of the time. Dad was similar in character to his father. Both were passive, mild-mannered men that would acquiesce to their wives' decisions. And I don't remember my father talking very much. He was pretty quiet. I learned that a lot of our family's value was in how we looked to the outside world. Questioning our parents and or authority was not tolerated, and my behavior and appearance was a direct reflection upon my parents. I grew up believing the world was friendly and I was taken care of as long as I was quiet and obedient. So I became serious and overly responsible. which translates into I stuffed my feelings down, I felt awkward when playing with my siblings, and I followed the rules, making sure everyone else did as well. I found freedom and joy in sports. This is where my confidence slowly blossomed. I am grateful to my mom for encouraging us all to be active. Being active continues to bring a lot of joy in my life. In regards to relationships, I became hyper-focused on the other, constantly reading the environment, changing and adapting to each situation. I was an expert at figuring out what was expected of me. What was expected of me. Moreover, I would attempt to fix any emotional upset the other was feeling. Relationships were challenging, a lot of work, and I had no idea how to make and maintain a friendship. My focus was being a good, obedient, cooperative daughter. And then when puberty hit, there was an intense confusion, shame, and amped up parental restrictions. I rebelled big time and developed an eating disorder to help cope with the anxiety and the loneliness. Eventually, the intensity was so high between my mom and my dad and myself that I was kicked out of the house at the age of 17. I thought these strategies would bring me connection and show me evidence that I was loved and that I mattered, but I was mistaken. I ended up feeling lonely, pushing people away, and living in a state of depression most of the time. Later, the depression escalated into suicidal ideations. Trying to navigate my life in a dissociated, depressive state was exhausting and gave me a skewed sense of the world. I believed that life was not fair and the world I lived in definitely was not friendly. In turn, I was not self-friendly. I was very hard on myself, always striving for unreachable standards regarding my body image, how I dressed, acted, and what I said. I eventually acquiesced to a mediocre existence, and I made others pay by judging and blaming them for my state. Previous to enduring my three-year pilgrimage in Prague, I have extended my apologies to a number of people in my family. Apologizing for my hurtful behaviors has been a humbling experience and has nurtured the quality of forgiveness within myself. I would like to take this time to speak to my mother and apologize for the agonizing battle I waged against you during my teens. To my daughter, Cassia, I am sorry you had to carry the weight of adult decision-making when you were so young. To my son, Jaden, I apologize for the emotional devastation you endured when Dad and I divorced. I wish I could have been able to ask for professional help to support you and Cassia through that. And I apologize to myself for trying to do it all alone and feeling too ashamed to ask for help because of the mess I thought I had created. For the last 10 years, I've been guided by a Wayne Dyer quote. And it's changed the way you look at things, and the things you're looking at change. This keeps me open to new possibilities and committed to seeing the world as a friendly place. One where I have choices and equal opportunity. In terms of relationships, I stand for understanding, transparency, and responsible, honest communication. And there's another quote that has been guiding me over the years. And this continues to lead me into new territory. I'm really not sure who penned it, and it goes like this. Love, understanding, to understand, love. And I have been on a journey of understanding. And I have witnessed how understanding transforms judgment into love. Love of self and of other. For myself, I stand for responsible, honest communication which allows me to experience deeper intimacy. What does this look like? When I'm in relationship with another and I have a feeling inside my guts that something's weird, instead of my old tactics of blaming, attacking, and taking off, I ask this question of myself, and I ask, what am I making this mean about me? And inevitably, this path leads right back to a mistaken belief that I'm believing about myself or I'm remembering. And I can then turn to the other and share from this honest place. It's just another piece of the magic of PRAC. I also stand for self-acceptance. Accepting myself where I'm at allows me to continue making the changes within. This piece also teaches me how to accept others just as they are. I will also stand for vulnerability, and this will look like me having my feelings, sharing feelings, and showing up with feelings. I will also ask for help when I'm struggling. My commitment is to finish my practicum hours where I work at AIDS Vancouver Island, supporting people in their addictions and supporting people who are HIV positive and Hep C positive, and so I'm hoping to do my practicum hours there. And then I will apply to the Association of Cooperative Counseling Therapists of Canada. When looking back over my family system, my sister and I are the only ones I know of that have gone to college when I look back, not when I look forward. Or a university, and I'm committed to reaching this goal. In regards to myself, I commit to investigating my goals and dreams because I think this ties into how I sometimes compare myself to others. I continue to struggle with the concept of dreaming, as I didn't witness any dreaming or goal setting within my family system. When I learn to nurture my own dreams, I will then shift my attention to these rather than playing the game of compare and then despair. In terms of a step, I will be making an appointment with my wise and lovely counselor Sandy with the intention of exploring these themes. Another step I am committing to is celebrating my wins. I've already taken a step to it by accepting an invitation to my graduation party being planned and organized by my beautiful partner Erin. Thank you, Erin. I bring curiosity, empathy, and acceptance to the world. I'm skilled at seeing and encouraging another's strengths, and I support diversity. I'm a playful dancer who loves to inspire others with color and courage. I also enjoy challenging the status quo to acknowledge the need for change. An additional strength I extend to the world is patience, plus my ability to stay present to my experience and to my relationship with another. I will send a copy of my Constitution to my sister Trudy, my brother Jay, and my dear friend Beverly. Thank you, Mom, for not giving up on me. Our relationship has come a long way in the last 3 years, and I know in my heart that you do your best, and I'm grateful. To my sister Trudy, you're amazing. Thanks for walking beside me and for sharing your incredible humor. Your ability to dream and set goals inspires me. Brother Jay, even though we don't connect very often, I know that you're there if I need you. I also want to thank Cassia and Jaden for teaching me how to be playful, affectionate, curious, and present. You two gave me the first experience of what living on purpose felt like. And to Jaden, thanks for giving me another chance to be in your life. To my partner, Erin, thanks for being a safe place to practice vulnerability with. I appreciate your kind, courageous, curious, and nurturing spirit. Could you remind me that I don't have to struggle alone and that I can ask for help in the middle of a mess? To my friend Vink, thanks for your loving support and friendship, particularly over the last 3 years. Currently, you're teaching me about accepting the what is. To my PRAC family, thank you for your continued courage to walk beside me. This has been a tumultuous journey. I so appreciate you all. Okay, where am I? last page and I can't find it.
Accepting the what is.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. Glad I numbered it. This is to my Prac family. I'm blessed to have experienced what a healthy family system can look like. It's been amazing. To Steve and Maria, thank you for your gentle guidance, loving support, and for mentoring what a loving relationship looks like. That's it.